ALH TDI alternator clutch pulley fell apart. I don't know if you can, probably can't see, oh there you can see it somewhat, what's remaining of the alternator clutch pulley. I took the belt off in the parking lot because I didn't want to drive it in and have the belt loop around the crankshaft and work its way into the timing belt area. So just in case, I took the serpentine belt off. I already have a video on how to remove the alternator on one of these, but this one I decided to do it again because this way I can add some commentary. Most of the work is going to be from under the car, but you have to remove the top radiator fan bolt here, the mounting bolt. If you have splash guards, they got to come off first. Should be fairly simple to do. Just like on the alternator, these sliders have to be pushed in later on. Lower two fan mounting bolts. Guess I should have removed the fan first. So just leave that hanging. Now we have enough room then to get the alternator out. And it'll just pass down through here. Obviously disconnect the battery first to make sure there's no juice at the alternator. If you're careful enough, you don't have to. Don't drop your nuts. Carefully remove the alternator cable and right away insulate it. Just use a rubber hose or electrical tape, and you can leave it hanging wherever you want. That's what she said. Okay, we're gonna have to remove the tensioner so we can get at the upper alternator belt, alternator mounting bolt. Tensioner is best removed from the top. Somebody installed these guys backwards. And now we can get at the 13s. Check the roller. Now's the time to replace the tensioner. This one's a bit noisy. Okay, now we wedge the alternator loose. Just use your pry bar. Just basically work it back and forth. Almost. Just wiggle and pull. That's what she said. Sometimes you got to disconnect the coolant hoses but it should come out as is. Okay, so then you weigh your options. Original alternator, put a new clutch on it, or put an alternator in. This is a 90 amp. And if you are reusing the alternator, you got to push these sliders back first. So let's just take this guy off first. Look at how blue it got from overheating. Wow. Just using an air gun for speed and convenience. Make sure those sliders move nice and freely. These are way too stiff, and I would never leave it like that, because if you try to install it and tighten the bolt, because this slider is not going to move, this case half is going to bend in and you can have this case break right here. So you got to make sure that these sliders move freely. And it doesn't have to be free to move with your fingers, but if you were to take a hammer, light tapping should bring them back in or out. Same thing on the AC, just use your hammer and tap these guys out a bit. It just drops into place, as you can see. Okay, installation is in reverse or removal.